So like we saw in the previous part, now Hanuman is ready to cross over the ocean and meet Sita Devi. That's when there were a few obstacles that come in his way. First, while he had just started his journey, Mainaka Parvatam comes in front of Hanuman. Now suddenly from the water also a mountain comes in, and Hanuman suddenly he lost his way. He was moving about smoothly. That's when the mountain comes, and mountain Mainaka, she tells that Hanuman, you can please rest on me for some time and then you proceed further. Hanuman very politely he refuses and tells that I don't have time to rest on you. I have to meet Sita Devi very soon and return back to give the message to Rama. That's when Mainaka says that earlier also your father Vayu Bhagavan had saved me. Earlier it seems that mountains used to have wings. So just imagine mountains are flying about in the sky like birds also, right? So it became very dangerous. You see a mountain flying from the window, how it will be. So that's when Indra with his Vajrayudham, thunderbolt, he cuts off the wings of mountains. That's the reason from that day onwards mountains are called Achalaha, meaning those who don't have any kind of movement. Chalaha meaning some movement, Achalaha, that which does not have a movement. So mountains don't have any movement also from that day onwards. But only in the case of Mainaka Parvatam, it seems that Vayu Bhagavan had placed Mainaka Parvatam inside the ocean. So that's the reason she escapes. And in order to return this hospitality back, she wants Hanuman, the son of Vayu, to take some rest on her and then proceed further. But very politely, Hanuman refuses, saying that I don't have time on you also. But then at the same time, when someone offers some hospitality also, we should not refuse them very bluntly, right? If someone comes to our house also, or if we go to someone else's house, if they are offering us something, we don't very bluntly say, no, I will not eat at all. It's like an insult, right? So very politely we refuse. That's when Hanuman, what he does is he gives a tight hug to Mainaka Parvatam, as if showing that I have accepted whatever you want. Maybe sometime later I will come at ease, take a rest on you, spend time with you, and so on. So the first obstacle moves away. Second obstacle, Surasa. Now who is this Surasa? Naga Nam Mata. She was a mother of Nagas. Now this obstacle was sent by gods themselves to test Hanuman. Now that's when Surasa, who was there, she put a condition to Hanuman. She says that if you want to proceed further, you have to go inside my mouth and come out. Now going inside the mouth and coming out is death, right? You go inside the mouth of an animal, but obviously that animal is going to eat us up, right? But then what Hanuman does is, again using his siddhis, shaktis also, he reduces his size to the minimum, goes inside the mouth of Surasa and comes out very quickly. She does not even realize that. And she becomes very happy at the intelligence of Hanuman and she tells him to proceed further. Last who is there is Simhika. Hanuman keeps proceeding further and suddenly he feels that something is pulling him downwards. That is, his shadow was being pulled down, it seems. Now Simhika, who was there, she had the power of pulling anyone with their shadow. If you are moving about or so, your shadow is seen, with your shadow only she could pull you downwards, it seems. Suddenly Hanuman felt that he was going inside water. That's when Simhika comes there. There was no other option. He tries to request her once or twice. She doesn't listen. With his left hand also he gives a blow to Simhika. Now why with his left hand? As per Dharma Shastram also, you should not lift your hand on a woman. But in this case it was unavoidable because Simhika was not leaving him at all. That's when he uses his left hand. So that there is not much power or strength in the left hand, he gives a light blow on Simhika and she falls down dead. Now here again, if you again cross question regarding how Hanuman attacked a woman also, or in the case of Tataka also, how Rama killed a woman. If you should not attack a woman also, that woman also who is there should behave like an Ari also. In the case of Tataka, Simhika and so on, they did not do that. So if there is no other option, you have to find out ways, because if people like Tataka, Simhika also are kept alive, there will be more destruction that is caused. So finally Hanuman overcomes the obstacle of Simhika and proceeds further. Now these three obstacles of Hanuman that are there, very beautifully in the Sundarakandam chapter 1 only, this description is given, wherein these three obstacles that are there, Hanuman he crosses over and gives a life lesson to all of us. First obstacle Mainaka. In the form of Mainaka, we have obstacles or problems that come from our own close circle, maybe from our relatives, close friends also. So how should we tackle these problems? You should not use force. Very politely, very nicely, you speak to them softly, like Hanuman did in the case of Mainaka, and that's how you tackle these problems from your close circle. Second is Surasa, wherein you need to use your intelligence at times. You have to use your brains as such, like Hanuman did by reducing his size, following the condition put by Surasa, and he proceeds further. Last ultimate option is Simmika. If there is no other way out, then there is nothing but to destroy that thing. In today's times also, we don't have to kill people, but then there are Shadripus inside us: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsaryam, wherein there is no other option. We cannot say, no, I'll get little angry, I'll show little Kamam. There is nothing little, right? You have to totally overcome that. So total destruction needs to take place. So these are different obstacles which come in our life also. Some need to be tackled softly, some we have to tackle using our intelligence. In some cases, you have to destroy them completely. So, through these three obstacles, Hanuman gives us a life lesson. And the entire Sundarakandam, like this, shows in every example of Hanuman, it shows how various things, various obstacles and difficulties can be tackled. Finally, Hanuman reaches Lankapuri, where Lankini, she was actually Lanka only. That's how the place Lanka also gets the name. She was ready. That's when she was also given a blow by Hanuman, and she was actually given a curse and told by Brahma that a Hanuman, a monkey, will come, and once he will try to defeat you, that will be the end of you, as well as you will be freed from your curse. At the same time, that will be the beginning of destruction that will take place in Lankapuri. Finally, he moves inside Lankapuri, and now he reaches Lanka. Now next is where to find Sita Devi. He moves about here and there. Now he doesn't know where Sita Devi is, right? And to find out about Ashokavanam also, there is no guarantee where Ashokavanam is, because nobody had come there before. Finally, he enters the palace of Ravana, and after entering the palace of Ravana, there were now Ravana's palace that was there. He enters a room also, and wherein he sees a man sleeping around many other women surrounded by him, all were in a drunken state or so, not in a position to maybe have a look and so on. That's when Hanuman feels very bad. He thinks that I am a Naishtika Brahmachari here. What adharmam or what dushkarmam I have done to witness such sights. So that's the reason it is said that a married person or a married couple also, or anyone in general, while someone is sleeping, or especially couples also, should never be disturbed. And that's when Hanuman, when he looks at this sight or so, especially now in the case of Hanuman, if you see, he had seen only his mother all through his life. He had not come across any other woman. So that's the reason he was not familiar much with even the Nari Jati that is there. Moreover, when he saw so many women also in a drunken state, that too Ravana and between all of them, he was very much saddened to have looked at this sight, and he feels very sorry, and he curses himself, saying, what papam I have done to witness all this, I don't know. Finally, he comes across a very beautiful lady that was Mandodari, the chief queen of Ravana. She was very beautiful to look at, and Hanuman ends up assuming Mandodari to be Sita Devi. That's when the popular words comes in. Aspotayamasa chuchumba pucham nananda chikrida jagau jagama stambana roha nipapata bhumau nidarshayan swam prakritim kapina. Now monkeys also, to express their happiness, Aspotayamasa chuchumba pucham. Tail is the most favorite part of a monkey. It seems that Chuchumba, Hanuman, starts kissing his own tail. He jumps up and down. There were pillars in the palace. He keeps jumping up and down in order to express his happiness. But all this was just Ksanamatram, for a moment or so. Next minute he hits himself. He gives a blow on his head and says that what a fool I am to think that Sita Devi is sleeping inside the palace of Ravana very nicely when Rama is wailing for her. This will definitely not be Sita Devi. And again he continues his search also. Finally, later, he comes across Ashokavanam and he meets Sita Devi. Further, what conversation takes place, we'll look at that in the next session.